All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wargames Podcast number 25. And the song you guys just listened to was Let It Burn from Avatar. And yeah, if that song doesn't get you fucking pumped up, I don't know what does. Those guys are not nearly as fucking popular as they should be. So before we get too far into it, firstly, Weewoo and Northern, thank you guys very much for the hosts. I greatly appreciate that. And Assault Class with the 9-month resub. You can now call me Daddy. Thank you very much for that continued support, brother. And yes, we are pushing to get 50 subs this week. So that is my goal. We're only 10 away currently. So yeah, that'd be great to be able to hit 50 subs this week. So joining me for the podcast today is Munson. The Lobster will also be joining us here shortly at some point in time, late as per usual for him. So again, good evening, everybody, and heyo to Sphero, who is kind of my hero as of late, and you guys will kind of find out why here in a little bit. But Munson, what is up? Thank you for joining.
Not a problem. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So a few different things we're going to talk about tonight, but obviously the big topic, I guess, if you will, that everybody's kind of talking about is the new deployment. The 506th has started our first deployment of 2018. My actual edited video of it was released on YouTube today. If you guys have not checked it out, please do. I did quite a bit of editing to it to kind of shorten it down for you guys and just keep a little bit more of the action in it, as well as give you guys kind of a rundown on the operation itself, or on the deployment as a whole at the start of it. So really put some time into the briefing and stuff at the start of the video. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that. What we're watching right now is obviously the unedited version of that video. This is the live stream from Sunday night. So before we actually get into the operation itself, firstly, Munson, you've been through a couple of deployments now. You kind of know how it goes. You've also been through quite a few FTX cycles, as we have Loster. There's Loster joining us.
I'm here.
Yay! Damn it.
Does my mic sound okay?
Yeah, you actually sound clearer than usual. Yeah, it does sound kind of far away.
All right, hold on.
But anyways, so Munson, you've been through a few deployments now, quite a few FTX cycles. Going into this deployment, were you excited for it? Were you ready to get back into some more kind of storyboarded campaign stuff? Or is it just kind of old news to you at this point?
Well, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I was excited. I mean, we're always excited for a new deployment because it ups the ante, makes it hard, makes our decisions actually mean something. So any mistake, could follow us the whole campaign. So I love that for sure. As well as that, it makes it a lot more interesting because S2 and 3 come up with some of the best stuff I've seen. Like these Roman forces that we're facing now are pretty interesting as far as their equipment, their style of weapons, that kind of stuff is different. And so I like it. It's good. It's refreshing. Malden, I've been there a few times, but it's still even more refreshing, especially with all the work on the map that those S shops did. So it's really cool.
And like you said, the forces are pretty much unlike anything we've gone up against before. Even though you call them Roman, we were looking more towards calling them ramen, just because they're cheap.
Ramen.
Yeah. So what about you, Loster? I mean, Loster, you didn't even get to play Sunday night. You had stuff going on, but when you seen all the news stories and stuff coming out, obviously those of us that have been here for a while, we know when S2 starts putting out stories, we know what's going on, what's about to happen, and so on. Although one time we did kind of fake everybody out and put up like news stories from like 4 different parts of the world, so everybody was like, well, fuck, now I have no idea where we're going. But Loster, when you started seeing those stories coming out, knowing, okay, we're getting ready to go on deployment, were you excited for it? Or, like I asked Munson, is it just kind of old hat for you, especially for you, because you've been doing it a long time now?
I was excited. It was cool to see. Normally, I mean, going all the way back to the 15th. Generally, we weren't. I'm pretty sure, to my knowledge, all the deployments I participated in, we were fighting some type of like funded, organized army. Not so much like these guys appear to be some kind of like militia, so to speak. Like not like they're wearing like swim shorts into combat, basically,
Right.
from what I've seen.
Well, the guys we've gone up against so far, yes.
Yeah. It's a little bit different. It's also the first time I've ever been on deployment on Malden, which is an Operation Flashpoint map. I mean, that goes back 17 years to 2001 when last time I played that map, like on the original game. So it's really exciting for that. To see. I heard Munson. I was watching Aaron's POV during that when he was Zeusing, and to hear Munson say, I think he said Lolise, which is actually Lolise. That really like brought back a lot of memories because you hear that a lot in the original game. So I'm really excited to be on Malden. I'll say that right now.
Right, as am I, because like you said, it is a stock map. ArmA or Bohemia brought it back for ArmA 3, and it's already shown that the performance and the AI specifically perform much, much better on this map because it is a vanilla map. It's a stock part of the game, which is always nice for us, not only those of us participating in the missions, but also our Zeus operators. It makes our life a lot fucking easier.
Sure does.
Now, we did have, before we actually get into the mission itself, any of you guys that were watching live Sunday night, you'll know right at the end of the mission, or, well, it was made the end because of this, the server died on us. And from what we're understanding, the reason that the server died was actually network issues on the host end. It wasn't anything on our end. There was nothing we could do about it. Nobody did anything wrong or anything like that. It was just a slight network issue on our host end, which, is kind of annoying. But as I was telling Burke today, in the grand scheme of things, considering how long we've had this server, how long we've been using this hosting company, the performance that we've had from that server, and the, only 3 times now that we've had server issues because of network failures on their end, I'm more than satisfied from what we have and the performance that we've gotten from that server compared to the issues that we've had. So even though we did have a server crash, I'm perfectly, well, I'm not necessarily okay with that, but I'll chalk that one up into, okay, we'll let that slide because the server itself has been absolutely amazing. So to get into the actual mission itself, Phase 1 for Task Force Alpha consisted of air assaulting into the AO, moving on foot to a fixed enemy position, basically assaulting, clearing it out, and then holding position. Really straightforward operation. The main thing with Sunday, as it is with pretty much any Phase 1 of a deployment, the task force was absolutely full. I mean, every single billet was filled. And I know that Havoc 1 actually had to turn away a bunch of guys that wanted to fill in because they were completely full. I myself wouldn't have gotten to fill in if it wasn't for the fact that I'm part of HQ, so I can run with those guys. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had a spot to fill in unless I, came in and was like, hey, you're giving up your spot, which I won't do. And as I talked about Sunday, that's the whole reason that I filled in with HQ was so that someone could fill in with the infantry. There was no sense in me taking up a spot that somebody else can fill, because I'm only one of 3 people that can go fill in with HQ. So I took advantage of that and also drug Locke along with me, kicking and screaming. And Munson, you were filling your primary role as 1-2. As I said, Lobster wasn't there because fuck him. Going into the mission, obviously, we had all been briefed. We knew what we were about to do. and even once we were in game, we got kind of a more in-depth briefing from Captain. So going into it, Munson, what were your feelings, or I guess what were your expectations of this mission? Were you expecting it to go the way you did, or were you thinking it'd be a little easier or a little more difficult?
Well, I mean, I thought about it as far as what the mission would entail. Obviously, we read all the operation orders and whatnot, so we had a pretty good idea. Now, obviously, planning is it's you have to do it on everything. You should do it on everything, but not everything always goes to plan. Thankfully, in this case, it pretty much did. So we stuck to that. We came in on I guess hot LZ. It wasn't too bad, but hot LZ. Our bird, our bird couldn't land right away. He had some tech issues,
Yeah.
I think. So that was a little jarring because I saw our guys getting shot at on the ground, and I wanted to get the fuck down there and help.
Oh, it wasn't even just that. I didn't want to get shot while we were in the fucking air. I want to at least have a fighting chance.
That too. So that was fun. It was exhilarating. It was badass. We got on the ground, started going off on these guys. The second we hit the dirt, we got out. The second the bird left, we started trucking south immediately. Because if there's anything my squad does well, is it's fucking aggression and pushing. So we fucking got on point and started pushing down to, how do you say it, Loster? We just said Lolise.
Lolise.
Lolise?
French.
Is that yeah? So anyway, we pushed down there, and it was fantastic. I loved it. And I mean, we can get into more of it in a few minutes, but yeah, it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, and like you said, our bird had some issues getting on the ground right at the start there, or right at the LZ. And as I said in the debrief for that, or actually I don't even know if I mentioned it in the debrief, but I know I went down and talked to Deco afterwards. And I told Chief Stowe, that was an outstanding job that he did getting us on the ground safely and not injuring any of us or any of the guys on the ground. Because there was some real kind of weird desync issues and stuff like that, and I think a lot of that was just due to the amount of people we had in the server, and especially considering right then and there, everybody was in that very small localized area. So he definitely deserves some praise for being able to get that Chinook down on the ground and not blow us up or land on top of anybody's head. But yeah, like you said, as soon as that bird was down, we were out and that thing was gone, and then we were, trucking it south. And you guys were over on that western flank with myself and Locke most of the time. And it was pretty quick moving, especially at the start there. We didn't necessarily have a whole lot of heavy contact. It was just guys up in the hills really just kind of taking pot shots at us until we got up to the southern end of that first little village there. And then they started bringing in the IDF on us. And that's when we really started hauling ass to the south.
Yep.
And that's... Captain was actually talking to me on the radio saying, hey, can you guys get into defilade somewhere? And we did have defilade further to our west, but it was so far west, we would have been way out of position from the rest of the task force.
No one could have supported you over there.
So if we would have got hit over there, we would have been fucked. So that's why I told him, no, our best bet is just get across this field as quickly as we can and get up into those rocks, which is what we did. And once we got into those rocks, that's we started pushing east from there. And kind of hit the town and started pushing through and clearing. Now, I will say when we got to the town, for some reason, it seemed like the entirety of the ground element just like put the brakes on. Like everybody got south super quick, and then we pushed east, and before I know it, Drama's calling me on the radio like, hey, you're fucking way up there ahead of everybody else. Slow down. I'm like, well, I got somebody on my right. I'm stuck here. Like, I'm not moving back, so we're holding here. But yeah, everybody seemed to slow way down, and next thing you know, me and Locke are like 50, 100 meters out in front of everybody else pushing east. And it's like, dude, I am not fucking sitting around with my thumb in my ass. Like, we have active shooters in the AO. We need to push, And then me and Locke got up to a building, and I actually cut it out of my video because I was sitting there for quite a while, knocked out, probably damn near bled to death. But we got up to this building, and as I opened the door, we get hit by an autocannon. And I was like, what in the fuck,
Oh,
man?
yeah.
Because I looked down that direction and I seen no active vehicles. Like, I
The one in the
knew,
blind spot.
yeah, I knew there wasn't any goddamn vehicles down there because I looked. There was a couple of, like, I think it was UAZ sitting down there and, like, some destroyed shit, but no, like, active TR-80A or a BMP-2, nothing with an autocannon on it. I was like, what the fuck, man? So guys got over to us, ended up getting me in lock up, and then I happened to move a little bit farther, basically east, and then look down that direction, and here's a fucking ZU-23 sitting there, and the guys were dead by that point. Luckily, I still put a couple of rounds into him because fuck him. But here's a ZU-23, and I was like, that motherfucker, because I looked down there, and there was a bush covering the damn thing from where my angle was on the outside of the building. So when I turned and moved to the front of the building and got in front of the door, that bush was now clear, had cleared the line of sight between the ZU-23 and me, but I had my back to him because I had no idea he was there. So he had free reign on my back at that point, and I had no idea the thing was even there. So we got lit the fuck up. And that pissed me off. I was like, this motherfucker was able to hide behind a goddamn bush. Like, had I known it was there, he would have been done for. I could have easily chucked a 40 Mike over there and killed both of them and destroyed the gun. We'd have been good to go. But no, because that goddamn one little bush was there, I got shot in the ass by a fucking 23 mil autocannon.
Yep. If it makes you feel any better, I think that same one shot me too, from a blind spot, and I was like, God damn! And I finally got up and I 40'd the hell out of him. So yeah, we took care of it.
And so once we got woken up, we continued pushing east, and at one point we had come up on one of those large hardened bunkers, one of the big bastards, and we're walking up on it, and at that point is when it had really started getting dark, and I really needed to put my NVGs on at that point, but I was out in an open field, so I wasn't going to just stop. And we start moving up on this bunker, and sure as shit, I happen to look inside the window, and here's two guys standing there. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm screwed. And luckily, I had the fun switched on the M4, and I had the laser on. So I just let loose into this little fucking gun slit. And luckily, Locke noticed it as well and did the exact same thing. And we were able to, I dumped a full mag into the window, and we dropped both of those guys without them even being able to engage us. But had they turned, I probably would have been fucked because I was completely exposed to them, as was Locke. In fact, I think he was just a little bit behind me, so they would have had a little bit of enfilading fire on us. But we got super fucking lucky, and they didn't turn and see us, and we were able to drop both of them. And, we just kind of continued pushing east from there. But I know you guys were over on kind of the southern flank. Like, you were a little ways further south from us. We were more on the north side of the compound. So what was it like for you guys over on that southern side?
So technically speaking, we split the thing into like 3 areas going from west to east, and then we had kind of the middle of that. So we had the middle section going west to east, and we kind of bounced around in that a little bit. But when you were talking about why did it take so long, I don't know what was up with that with people, but one kept getting bogged down to our north, uh, up for whatever reason.
Yeah, I actually moved right by them at one point, just before we actually got into the town where that first set of mortar pits were, down in that bowl there. And they had a couple of wounded, and they had all kind of set up security there. And I just moved past them and started clearing out that mortar pit. And then, we kept moving. I expected them to catch up like right behind us because they only had a couple of wounded, and we took time to clear out that mortar pit. And they didn't catch up to us until after me and Locke had already gone down to that ZU-23. Yeah. So I don't know if they got hit again while they were dealing with their wounded, or what the gig was there.
Well, that's the thing, is we were watching them because we were, just right next to them, and they had a couple down. But what I've noticed a lot is that people just, the second they get guys down, they just freeze and they stay there. Which, okay, they're getting security, that's fine. But when you're assaulting an objective, the key word is assault. Okay, you need to continue the assault. So if you have 2 guys of one of your fire teams down, have their other 2 guys grab security, have the mic work on them, and then send your other fire team forward to continue the assault and kind of bunny hop it that way. So that way, if the lead element then takes casualties, the now healed element can come forward and keep the tempo up.
Yeah,
So
and
you shouldn't
that's
pump on the brakes like crazy, like I've been seeing.
yeah, and that's how it's done. In theory, obviously, in the situation it can be a little bit different and shit can go wrong. But yeah, that's absolutely how it's done in theory. We tell guys all the time, just because you have one guy wounded or 2 guys wounded in the squad, that doesn't stop the entirety of the squad. That just stops that team. But I know for us over on the northern flank, we were just kind of pushing through those little, I don't know what to really call them aside from chews. They're, I think they're called cargo. They're not cargo tower, but they're cargo something. Those little one-room shack things. I call them a chew because they're just like a civilian housing unit that we lived in pretty much. But there was quite a few of those we had to push through. And at one point we had pushed up on one, and me and Locke ended up getting shot in our ass. And that was from a guy who unfortunately was phased through a goddamn wall a little bit. His rifle was, through the front side of a wall, and he was able to shoot us, which we've all dealt with before. Yeah, cargo house, there we go. So, that downed us for a little bit. But over on the southern side, that was more like hill mountain type area, right? You guys didn't have as many buildings over there, right?
Well, so 1-3 was kind of to the south. We were in the middle. So we pushed right in between there, in between those 2 mountain areas a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So we were right through the center. And
oh, yeah, because you guys were just on the southern side of that big dome, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we pushed through there. We cleared out a lot of dudes because we were right in the middle of it, and we were trying to stay on point the whole time. So, yeah, we cleared out a couple Zeus cannons, mortar pit, a Igla chair. There's, a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, shit, I ended up seeing later on when we were up on that big tower, I ended up seeing a big fucking, when we were up on that big tower, I ended up seeing a Igla chair down on the beach. I was like, holy fucking balls, man. Like, these guys are not fucking around. Like, they set up Igla chairs on the goddamn beach. Like, does dude have an umbrella and a drink sitting next to him too, or what? But yeah, we continue, pushing east through there, and that guy that shot us through the wall, Drum, ended up catching up to me and Locke, and Locke was still down at that point. I was up, I was walking wounded then, and Drum was like, all right, let's go clear out this cargo house or whatever that had that guy in it. And he was like, I'll open the door, you prep a frag. So he opened the door, I had the frag prep, threw it in the door, and backed off around the corner. And somehow, I've never seen it happen before, but somehow the fragmentation went through the wall and actually injured me a little bit. It didn't knock me out or anything like that. It just injured me a little bit, which was weird. Like, I've never had that happen before. And it wasn't that, like, well, it came through the angle of the doorway and, hit me. Like, I was off on the side. There was no way it could have come through the door and hit me. So it definitely went through the wall, which was surprising. But either way, I went in there. Guy was definitely dead. I mean, he just had a frag grenade basically go off in his lap. So he was fucked. And then we went to push into another one of those tall bunkers. And that is when the fucking GP20 or the AGS-30 opened up on us.
Yeah.
And did you guys get hit with that thing at all? Because I know it was fucking hammering us.
We got peppered. I don't think any of us got downed from that, but we got peppered by it repeatedly. And I think it was in one of the domes, wasn't it?
I have no idea where it was. I never actually got eyes on it. I know it was off to our southeast somewhere, but I don't know exactly where because I could hear it firing.
I had our guys pepper the domes with 40s, and it stopped shooting. So
yeah, because I know
it's something.
I know at one point Havoc wanted said on the radio that they had eyes on it and they were moving the weapon squad to engage. which meant it was a decent little ways out there. And I could tell by the sound of it, because like I said, I could hear the AGS-30 fire, and then obviously when the rounds were impacting, and I told Drum on HQNet, I think that thing's probably 500-600 meters or so out there based upon the time difference between the report of the gun and the impact of the rounds. So I'm guessing I was fairly close. If they were calling the weapon squad to engage the thing, it was a decent ways out there. But yeah, it hit us while we were trying to move to that hardened tower, and wounded quite a few of us. And then I started getting patched up. Of course, my legs were fucked, so I couldn't run. So I stopped, patched up my legs, went to start running again, got hit by the motherfucker again, screwed up my legs. So then I had to start patching up my legs again. And at this point, like, I had been down and wounded so many goddamn times. Like, I was getting pretty fucking pissed off at this point, especially with this GP25. I'm like, this motherfucker is just going to keep peppering me and peppering me and peppering me. Like, I can't get out of this kill zone from this motherfucker because my legs are screwed up. And every time I fix them, it hits me again and fucks him up again. But luckily at that point is pretty much when it stopped firing. And I was able to get into that tower and get some aid from the staff mic that was with us. And then once we got into that tower, things seemed to calm down quite a bit. Like, once we hit that, where there was that big, almost like a ditch or depression on the east side there, just east of that dome, it seemed like things really started to calm down once we hit that point. Did it feel the same for you?
Yeah, I mean, after we cleared out most of the enemy infantry and other guys garrisoning that area, we wiped them out pretty damn good at that point. So really, all the enemy force was kind of to our east and southeast at that point. So
Right. And yes, McCoy, as far as the issue with the flashbangs, I do think Hardman is actually correct, and we do need to pull one of those flashbangs out of the boxes, because I only use the Ace flashbangs. I don't use the RHS ones, and I've never had issues with them. I know a while ago Drum was saying that the flashbang that he used was way too fucking loud, like it deafened him even outside of a building, and I think that's the RHS one. I think that's the numbers on it need to be tweaked, or it needs to just be removed, because the Ace one works fine. But as far as the frag in the building, that may very well be the reason, Biggs, is that the building that I threw the frag into was one of those rusted variants, and that's not as structurally strong, so maybe the fragmentations are able to rip through those walls. That would make sense. But yeah, once we got to kind of that east side there, there was that big command tower standing there, and so I fucking beelined for that, and Drum hit me up on the radio, because I told him I'm going up the tower, and he's like, "Are you talking about the big one?" I said, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going up there with you." Because those things generally are fucking death traps. Luckily, we never got engaged up there. We had a couple pot shots taken at us, but nothing really big. I know at one point, weapons took out that BMP that was sitting out there at a distance with the javelin. Had that thing engaged that tower, we'd have been fucked. Me and Locke would have been riding that tower down to the ground. But luckily, it never did. So once we got set up there, that's really when all of the defensive lines got set up for the task force. And I know 1-4 at one point on that southern flank, they were super fucking exposed. Like, it was in my video. There was a couple of guys just standing out there in the open, and I was like banging my head against my desk, like, why in the fuck are you guys just standing out there in the open? And they're on the face of this slope, and their right flank is completely exposed. And I radioed Havoc 1 on company net and told them, like, hey, if we have something coming from that southern flank, 1-4 is fucked. Like, there's nobody that's going to get over there to help them out, because they're 300-400 meters away from everybody else, and they're on the face of a slope. They have no idea what's on the backside of them. What do you know? Within like fucking 5 minutes of me calling that out, here's at least a squad size element that starts pushing from the south. And 1-4 had to start pushing up that slope and get eyes on the backside of that defilade. And then I think you guys were sent out there to support them, or was it 1-3?
I think it was 1-3, because we held the positioned just southeast of those water towers in the mortar pit. So we were watching the kind of road and the defilade to the south, but we had no eyes on that back end. So I think 1-3 was sent as like a QRF.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I know personally, I definitely was not a fan of them being way out there, especially considering we started having guys coming up over top of that hill. And there's a point in my video where I dumped probably 40 mics up at the top of that hill. And it was like 380 or 400 meters out, something like that. And I just peppered the whole top of that hilltop up there. But eventually I had to stop because 1-3 pushed right up to the top of that hill. And I'm like, I even told Locke, like, it's a PID nightmare up there. I can't fucking engage anything up there at that distance, and being in NVGs, I'm not taking the chance. So there was no way I was supporting them. Nobody else down in our area was going to be able to support them up on top of that hill. So I was not a fucking fan at all of them being up there. But shortly after that is really when the server pretty much died, and we called mission complete because there was nothing we could do. And like I said, it wasn't any fault of anything on our end. It was just the hosting company we use. I had some network issues, which not a huge deal. As AA Run had said in chat, we were already pretty much mission complete anyways at that point. But as kind of a overall recap, I guess, or overall opinion of it, what did you think, Munson, as far as the first mission of the deployment? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was a good one to kind of kick it off?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said at the start, it was amazing. It was fun, definitely refreshing. Don't get me wrong, I like learning and building on fundamental skills and everything during our FTXs, but we were ready for a few weeks now to get back into it. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and Havoc 4, like, they were over on the northern flank. They were basically on our left, and they were holding that northern flank down. And I know at one point, like, they had some danger close contact down on the beach. And like, I looked over there to see if there was, if I could support them in any way. And I didn't really have too great a line of fire through there because of how close everything was, and I wasn't going to engage through their lines. As right now you guys are watching our bird come into the LZ there, and you can see how tight of an LZ that is.
Yeah,
God,
it was bad.
Stowe did such a great job getting us in there. But anyways, Havoc 4 were basically, like, they were fucking damn near hand to hand down on that beach. Because when I looked down there, there was a very slight slope downwards from where they are going down to the beach. So anything that came up on them, I mean, was going to be right on top of them. So they did a great job holding that northern flank, because none of us could really support them because of the beach being kind of downslope from everything. So you had to be right up on top of the beach to be able to engage anything. So yeah, they did a really good job of holding that northern flank. But yeah, as far as the mission itself, I definitely think it was a good start to the deployment. Not too crazy, but also not too easy as well. We had some really good engagements, but it wasn't absolutely insane, which is what I like for kind of the start of the deployment. You'll kind of notice that sometimes, in terms of the deployment, it'll get more difficult, kind of mid-deployment or so, or even towards the end. Because for me, the start of the deployment, it doesn't make any sense to just make it insanely hard and go up against tons and tons of troops and vehicles and stuff like that. Because in a realistic sense, from the enemy commander's point of view, you're not going to dump everything you have into the first couple of engagements. Like, you're going to want to feel out the enemy and see what they're capable of, what assets they have, what they can bring to bear before you really start, getting down in the trenches with them. So I definitely think this mission was a good kind of precursor to the rest of the deployment. So this weekend, obviously, we're going to have Task Force Charlie on Saturday, Task Force Bravo on Sunday. Task Force Charlie, I will be Task Force Commanding for, so I'll be running as HQ yet again. Only this time I'll be Task Force Commander, and then Task Force Bravo I'm going to be Zeusing for. Are you guys, Munson and Loster, are you guys going to try and fill in at all this weekend?
Yogi reached out to me. He needs a medic, so I'll probably be there for Task Force Charlie, flying in as his mic for 3-4, and then staff mic for Task Force Bravo. So.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I know Yogi had said he was going to be pretty short-handed this weekend because he had hit me up, seeing if I wanted to help out. But I was like, I'm Task Force Commander. I can't. I'd love to, but I can't.
Yeah, he actually he contacted me too. So I'm going to be his Delta Moz gunner. That'll be fun.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, we'll all be there. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Task Force Charlie, should be good. I mean, the guys are pretty on top of their shit lately, and I'll be running as command again. I'm more so excited for Task Force Bravo simply for the Zeusing aspect. And you guys probably know the majority of the time I don't really have all that much fun Zeusing. It tends to be a total pain in the ass and results in quite the headache. But the AI does perform a lot better on this map, like I had said. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to a slightly improved AI. I don't expect them to, suddenly be a complete 180 from what they were. But I am looking forward to an improvement from what we've been dealing with lately. So that kind of covers the deployment aspect of it. Obviously, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of the deployment. Every weekend we're going to have the deployment operations going on again. My edited video of it is up on YouTube now. It went live today, so check it out, and please let me know if you kind of enjoy the intro or the briefing, if you will, as I spent even more time on it for this video than what I have in the previous ones, and also edited out some of the little bullshit in the middle to kind of shorten the video down so you're not having to sit there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, for one goddamn operation. And half of it ends up you sitting there watching me stare through a scope and do nothing, So moving on from the deployment, there's a couple of other things I want to talk about tonight. And the first one I want to talk about actually really ties into the deployment and the video that I put up today. And it's something that guys ask me about quite often, and that is, what editing software do I use and how do I do my editing and stuff? Now, myself, I use Sony Vegas 13 to edit my videos together. I will say it's not necessarily the most intuitive when it comes to editing video. It is pretty damn intuitive and pretty easy to make a very, very basic video. But it does take a little bit of time, as well as some fucking YouTube guides on how to really use it and really splice together footage and stuff like that. But personally, I love it. I've been using it for a few years now. I really enjoy editing videos, as I've talked about on podcasts before. I spent probably 3-4 hours last night sitting here editing that video and rendering it and going through the whole spiel with it. And like I said, I really enjoy that. It gives me time to just kind of sit here and zone out and edit the video. So I know, Loster, you used to do quite a bit of video editing, and the program you used was what?
It was also Vegas. Oh God, you go back 4 or 5 years ago, so it was like Vegas 10, I think, or Vegas 9, whatever one was around in 20, maybe it was Vegas 12. Whatever one was around in 2013 is the one that I used.
Right, and they all essentially look the exact same. There's just different quality of life improvements here and there that come out with each different iteration. But yeah, so both of us have spent quite a bit of time staring at that editing screen within Sony Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Now I will say, Sony Vegas is quite fucking pricey. It's a couple $100 to get even the basic version of Sony Vegas. But when you look at alternatives, like McCoy just mentioned, Adobe Premiere, Adobe Premiere is amazing. I mean, there's guys that actually edit true like videos, like, go to the movies type videos with Adobe, but it's pretty fucking expensive, even in comparison to, the base model of Sony Vegas. For me, price point wise and capabilities and so on, Sony Vegas is where it's at for me. And that's what I'll stick with. And I don't see any reason at this point for me to upgrade from Vegas 13 because it accomplishes everything I need to do. I'm not fucking Frankie 1080 on PC or whatever. I don't have 18 different fucking things going on in one video and all these sound effects and shit like that. I'm not that in depth into it. So Sony Vegas 13 works perfectly fine for me. But what I really want to talk about here, as far as editing video and stuff, besides just the software, is, as I said, Loster, you used to do quite a bit as far as YouTube. What made you not want to do it anymore? Is it just time, or was it just that, you seen it, or that you were seeing it wasn't really worth the amount of time that you put into it, or what?
There's a few answers to that question. There was a point where I was doing almost daily uploads. I would say, like, when I got really heavily into what we were doing with the MilSim stuff, when the 15th was a lot of ArmA 2 videos. It was also a lot of our earliest like fun ops, which was like with Drum and Shepard and everybody, that they would build a mission and then we would play it. I really enjoyed doing it. On top of that, I was doing I have like a few Trouble in Terrorist Town videos. I started doing a few Let's Plays. I got really into it. What it came down to for me was a lot of like basically financial needs. I was growing my channel. I managed to, in 2013, I grew from something like less than 100 subscribers to over 1,000 in like less than a year. And I do have to credit some of that to Drum. I mean, being in the same missions as him.
Right.
I mean, I did kind of piggyback off of him, as I can imagine several of us in the unit have done.
Oh shit, yeah, I pimp myself out on his channel all the time.
Yeah. But he was nice enough to include me in the descriptions, like, here, watch this from Loster's point of view. And some of his audience kind of came over my way because they like watching my videos and things like that. I basically had to stop because at that time I just wasn't in the cards for me financially. I ended up having to sell my computer. So there was like a 2-year period where I just didn't have a computer. Therefore couldn't make videos. I'd say after that, when I came back, I wanted to get back into it, but like this year, actually, the beginning of last year when I came back in May, I wanted to get back into it. I wanted to make videos. I even uploaded a few that I took to record and edit and put it out, and I was really happy with them. But then the thing with YouTube happened where they, like, the whole monetization thing happened, and almost every single one of my videos is now yellow because there's like curse words in them.
Right.
And I'm like, well, wasn't making really any money as it is, and now I'm making even less money with YouTube. So it's like, unless I were to like just break out and have like a completely like safe video and I somehow manage to go viral, financially it's really not worth it. I'm doing a lot better and also having a lot more fun on Bitch, if I'm honest. I have a lot more fun building a scene and thinking about what I'm going to do on my stream and thinking about how to capture an audience that way than I do on YouTube. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy editing videos. That shit was fun. Like, that shit's still fun to me. To take like 3.5 hours of footage and chop it down to an hour and 20-minute video. It takes a long time, but it's really a labor of love. You really have to be into that shit to like sit there and grind.
Right. Yeah, and it was very much so the same for me, simply in the sense of time versus value, I guess. On top of the fact that, as I had talked about before, my radiator had died at that point, so I couldn't render video. My CPU just got too goddamn hot trying to do it. Now, obviously, I don't have that issue. But it's still the fact that does me sitting there last night for 4 hours editing that video and, uploading it and going through all that stuff, does it, is it justified by the revenue that I get off of it? No, because I don't make shit for revenue. I'm lucky if I make $1 or so off of a video.
Yeah.
So for me, the videos that I put up on YouTube really aren't at all for the money. It's just I cut them down straight from the stream. I stream and record at the same time. So I just cut down the stream footage and then, upload it for those of you guys that weren't able to catch it live. And I just, like I said, cut out all the bullshit in the middle so you weren't sitting there for, an hour and a half to 3 hours. And that's it. It's solely for those that can't catch it live and don't have a whole lot of time to sit there and, watch everything. And
Right.
that's the only reason I edit my shit down. That's it.
I think we really missed the YouTube train, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
If you, I remember there's a YouTuber that I like. I don't know. I mean, they're really popular. It's the Game Grumps. And Ego Raptor, who was Aaron, he gave an interview once, and he talked about getting into YouTube, like not in its infancy, but like when it was really getting big. Back when like having 100,000 plus views was considered a viral video. Now that's like drops in the bucket now. But he did his one video, which was Polka Awesome 2, that got millions of views. And like before YouTube changed their algorithm, he made like 5 figures off of that video, like in one payment. Like he made $10,000 plus. He made enough money to like buy a car and a house, like off of one video. Like that doesn't happen now. You have to like you just have to like follow these guidelines of like daily uploads, and they have to be longer than 10 minutes, and they have to be safe for advertisers to want to advertise on them. And it's just it's getting harder and harder to just like be a part of that world.
Right.
It just requires so much work and everything that it's so much easier to just hop on my computer, flip my stream on, and just play a game. It's just so much easier in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. And, like Riley mentions there, as far as watching YouTube compared to Twitch, it's the exact same for me. I don't watch that much stuff on Twitch, with exception to guys that I know aren't going to upload a video of that. Or, if it's majority of the stuff that I watch on Twitch is actually races, like if I'm watching Matt Malone stream iRacing, or if he's streaming iRacing, I'll sit there and watch that. Or even as far as like just straight streaming goes, if Jimmy Broadbent is streaming a race, I'll sit there and watch that because I don't want to wait for the video. I want to actually watch it happen. But yeah, I spend a lot more time on YouTube than what I ever do on Twitch. I mean, I watch more YouTube than I do actual television or movies or anything like that. Way more time on YouTube than anything else. But it is one of those, like Riley had said, you really got to put the time and effort in, and like you had said as well, daily uploads and shit like that, which I just can't do. I don't create enough content to do that. Not right now. Maybe with the GTA stuff, maybe, but even then, when you're talking about streaming and editing and putting up videos, even right now, well, now that I'm able to stream in VR again, I only have 2 days a week that I don't stream. And that's right now with just ArmA and ArmA and Assetto Corsa. So adding GTA to that's going to be even less time that I have to edit videos. So that's why, like, really big guys like Goldie, for instance, Gold Glove, he doesn't edit all of his own videos. He has guys that edit videos for him. And he has to, because he creates so much content. There's no way he could stream and edit all of that content with the time that he has.
He'd never leave his computer.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing, when it comes to, not so much YouTube, but more so Twitch, I had talked about this with Shank and DJ and those guys, and Tin, who, we all know as Patty. I absolutely hate the mentality of most streamers that are that like get really butthurt when people talk about other streamers in their channel, or try and not necessarily advertise, or even when they do advertise other streamers. Like, I hate when they get all butthurt about that. And I understand, like, you're trying to keep your audience and stuff, but if people are already there, they're already watching your shit, they're already your audience. If you're worried that someone is going to steal your audience, then improve your fucking content. It's that simple. That's the whole reason, like Norder had mentioned, Weeboo. When I first contacted him and we first started doing shit together, a lot of people, or a lot of streamers, I guess, would have been more of the mindset like, no, fuck off. I don't want to like advertise shit that you're doing on to my community and my viewers. Like, that's just gonna take away from me. And that's one of the reasons that me and Leroux have worked together so well, I guess, is because we're both of the mentality like, advertise each other. All it does is grow both of your fucking channels. Like, there's no fucking reason why you shouldn't help advertise each other. And Drum did the exact same thing for me. It's no goddamn secret that my success is in huge part to Drum. I mean, there's no way around that. And I do the exact same thing. If I come across someone who I enjoy watching or I get along with, and their channel is smaller than mine, or even if it's fucking bigger than mine, I'll still advertise them. I'll still tell people, hey, go check this guy out. He makes good shit. Like Norton, for instance. I mean, he's in Leroux's community. You guys that watch Leroux's shit, you primarily watch it from his point of view, which is Zeus. I know Norton runs on the ground. So if you guys go check him out and watch his stuff, then you'll get to see a perspective of what it's like on the ground. So, there's no reason not to help each other out, basically. I've never understood that mentality.
Neither did I. People seem you're pushing 3,000 followers, and that's fantastic, and it's just like people forget that at one point that number was fucking 0. And it's like, right. You didn't get like, it's just people just forget how to be humble, or people forget like where they came from. And it's like, you were a nobody at one point, and now like you're gaining popularity. It's like, why wouldn't you want someone like, I just don't get that. It's like, it's not like you guys stream at the same time. Like, there's plenty of fucking pie for everybody. Like, stop.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not taking money out of your pocket. They're not taking food off your table by saying, unless they're like blatantly promoting, hey, you should watch this stream instead. Like, that's kind of a
right.
move. But like, say, hey, you kind of remind me of this guy, or hey, this is kind of similar. This is cool. Like, I'm totally fine with that. I'm with you on that. Like,
yeah.
I would never tell someone that they shouldn't mention someone else. You're here, you're watching me, I appreciate that, and I'll check this other. I do it all the time. People will recommend, hey, have you seen this guy? I'll check him out, and if I like it, I'll give him a follow. He just got a free follow because one of his fans advertised for him.
Right. And it's not one of those where if per se you're both streaming at the same time. Like, we use multi-Twitch all the time. Jal, who I don't know if Jal's actually in the chat right now, but that guy is an absolute monster when it comes to multi-Twitch. Like, he'll go through ArmA and find every single person from the unit that's streaming on an operation night and throw them all into a multi-Twitch and link it on my channel for me, because I never know who's going to be streaming for sure that night. I know obviously for sure me and Drum are going to be streaming, so I always put us two in my multi-Twitch. But I don't know who else is going to be streaming. So Jal will go through and fucking grab everybody and put it on there for me. And I love that, because I don't have the time to do it, obviously, because I've already started my stream. But, it at least puts everybody out there so that, you can check out the full fucking spectrum. But like I tell guys all the time, at least from the unit who want to start streaming and so on, one, ArmA is a very niche kind of demographic.
especially
not
now.
yeah, it's not Dota, it's not PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Like, it doesn't have a huge audience.
Yeah.
So when when guys from the unit want to start streaming, or guys from other communities or whatever want to start streaming ArmA, I tell them, hey, I'll help you out as much as I can, as long as you let me know that you're streaming. I'll try and help you out and send some people your way, but you have to understand going into it, it's already a limited audience, and you're going to be going up against me and Drum at the exact same time, because you're streaming the same operation that the two of us are streaming. We already kind of have our set audience. So I'll try to send some people your way, but don't expect, that you're going to have 60, 70 people watching you during every operation, because a lot of them are already going to be watching us. And, it sucks, and I'm sorry for that, but like I said, it's a limited audience, and there's only so much we can do, And it's one of those, like, I know it's very easy to get what's the word I'm looking for? To get discouraged when you're streaming and there's only one person watching, two people watching. I've been there, I've been streaming for a little over a year and a half now, and now I get lucky, and when I'm streaming ArmA, I'll have 50, 60 people watching me. But there's still the fact that there's still, like, when I stream Assetto Corsa, there's times where there's like 5 people watching, and that's it. Even for having, like you said, almost 3,000 followers, there's still shit that I stream that nobody gives a fuck about. ArmA will always be the number one thing on my channel, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But when I am streaming ArmA, there's going to be a lot of people watching, and it does feel great, to look over and see 60 people watching. Like, yeah, it feels good, but I still have the same struggle as everybody else, where there are times where there's 2, 3 people watching, and that's it. And I know how discouraging that can be, and it does suck, but the only thing you can do is just keep streaming and just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I know, I was going to say, I know that's what you've been doing with the GTA stuff, and it has been picking up a little bit more and been getting more popular on your channel. There's times where you'll be streaming that shit, and I'll hop in there, and there's like 15 people watching, which, some of you guys may think, okay, well, who gives a fuck, 15 people? You were just talking about 60 people watching. Dude, when you're first starting out, like really starting out, 15 people watching your shit, like, that's a lot of fucking people.
That's a 1,500% increase
right
over fucking zero. It's like, I can't be mad about that. I get excited when I'm getting close to 10. Like, if I get 8 or 9 people, it's really exciting for me. It's usually all my friends, which I'm fine with, because that engages in chat, and I like seeing chat blow up with my friends just talking to each other. They don't necessarily have to be talking to me, but I like it when chat is active and I can look over, and it helps with the content. It helps me. I can read the chat. I can talk to them. That helps. I mean, having people watching obviously helps, but I've had, last night I streamed. I've been playing one of the older games, Blood. You heard Locke talking about it last night, and I've been streaming that a few hours a night, and that attracts, like ArmA. That's a very niche audience. Like, there aren't that many people that give a shit about games that are 15 plus years old. And when I get a few of them, I'm really excited. Last night I had like 2 people, maybe 3, and it was Locke and Foster were 2 of them. And that was it. It was like that for like 3 hours, and I was fine with that. I just grind it out. I just keep doing it day after day after day.
That does help, though, when the chat is active. And, and honestly, that, for me, that's the whole reason I stream, and I'll continue streaming. And I much prefer streaming over just producing YouTube. Any of you guys that follow the channel somewhat regularly know that lately I haven't streamed any of my races, because I've had an issue with not being able to read the chat in my VR headset like I used to be able to do. And that's absolutely killed it for me. Like, I like the racing. I love it. It's very fun to do, but I very quickly realized not having that live aspect, not being able to interact with you guys in chat, really kind of made it a bummer for me when it comes to the racing. I still very much so like doing it, but I was like, shit, man, it's nowhere near as fun when I don't have guys here in chat to talk with while I'm racing. And last Friday's race at Valencia was a very good example. I was incredibly lucky. I was very fast around there. I had like a 20-second lead pretty much the entire race for over an hour. And I was genuinely like bored during the race because I didn't have anybody to talk to while I was just hot lapping around by myself. But I've luckily figured out what the issue is. Any of you guys that are in the Discord, hopefully seen my announcement on there that I am able to stream in VR again. It turns out that the reason I was not able to read the chat in my VR, basically what I do is I pop out my chat window and it shows up in my VR headset. Reason for it being, for whatever reason, the Oculus Rift software does not like more than 2 monitors plugged into your PC at one time. So the fact that I had 3 monitors plugged in plus my headset made it so that I couldn't use a pop-out window anymore. It was that fucking simple. And it took me pages of going through shit to figure out that's what it was. And I was so fucking pissed that it was something that stupid that, you know, was stopping me from being able to stream those races. So I am once again able to stream my Assetto Corsa races. I will be doing a couple of them this week. Friday, I've got 2 races that I'll be doing. Friday afternoon, I'm doing the 911 GT3 Cups at Monza. And then Friday evening, we're doing the GT3s at VIR, which is going to be fucking awesome. I absolutely love that circuit. Virginia International Raceway, one of the best circuits in the world. And with the McLaren, the 650S GT3 that I always drive for the GT3 races, it feels absolutely amazing around there. I did some practice last night, and it's like a fucking roller coaster ride. That car is on rails all the way through there. Feels great. And then Saturday afternoon, I'll be doing the Group C's at Silverstone, which anybody that caught that Group C race at Road America, or if you didn't, go watch the fucking YouTube video because it's one of the best drives I have ever had. I basically was kind of stupid in turn 1. Crew chief kind of failed me and didn't let me know I had a car on the inside of me. Turned in, got spun, went from like 2nd place back to 28th in turn 1, lap 1. And I spent the next hour and a half driving the fucking wheels off of that car and got back up to 5th place, I think it was. As I said, it was a hell of a drive. I highly recommend that video if you like any type of, you know, racing. But I'll be driving those cars again at Silverstone this Saturday for, I believe it's an hour and a half or maybe an hour. But I'll be in the Porsche 962C short tail again. And that car's just, it's the funnest car I've ever driven in Assetto Corsa. I highly recommend it. Long story short, luckily I can stream again in VR. But next thing I want to move on to, as far as, you know, we talked about the video editing, and, you know, I use Sony Vegas Pro, and I thoroughly enjoy editing video. The other thing I want to talk about is all of the stuff that you guys see right now on my Twitch page, all of the graphics that you guys see, my banner, even my logo, which is my family crest slightly edited, as well as the emotes or whatever for my subscribers. Those were all made by Munson. He does all of my graphical work, which is why if you guys scroll down on Twitch, his contact information is actually in my Twitch to get a hold of him if you guys want like graphics or stuff like that done. He does all of my shit. So if you guys do want graphics for your Twitch or YouTube or whatever, get a hold of Munson because he does some good shit. I mean, you can see the quality of work on my page. But what I wanted to talk about is, Munson, what got you into Photoshop? What made you want to start learning how to do that shit?
So the funny thing is so beforehand, before I even knew anything about Photoshop, I was part of an esports community, and we were shopping around for like a logo, right? Because we were going to compete in the Alienware tournament or whatever back in BF3 days. And so we were doing that, and we ended up paying this dude like $200 for like basically nothing.
Mhm.
Now I know anyway. It was basically nothing, like an hour's worth of work maybe. Uh, and and it just kind of bummed me out. So I kind of kept that in mind. And when we formed a new team later, I was like, you know what? This is stupid. I'm gonna figure this shit out. So I spent like days just watching YouTube tutorials with Photoshop open, and I was basically just learning. I went step by step with them and followed along. And it took me a long time, but I went from video to video, learning little effect after little effect, and you know shortly was able to start doing my own little graphics here and there. They weren't great, and that's actually, if you ever want to see some of my old style of work, if you look at any of my like 1.2 or 1.4 banners I made those as a joke to my old
Yeah.
stuff I used to do, because they're terrible, and it was hilarious. So, basically it was just make this transparent, put this in front of this. There you go. It's pretty. So, yeah, that's what I ended up doing. So anybody can learn. You just got to take that time, go step by step, nice and slow, and you'll be good to go.
Right. And that's now you're to the point, where I can basically, send you whatever, or don't even have to send you anything. I can just say, hey, I want kind of this feel to it. And, within an hour or two, it's like, all right, here you go. I mean, I shoot you guys not when we first created, or when he first created all of my channel graphics, my banners and stuff like that. I just was like, all right, well, I kind of want this feel to it, and make sure you have like the website and shit like that on there, and that's it. Like, I didn't really give him all that much direction, and he came back with what you guys see for my banners and stuff like that. And it was, I mean, shit, it was maybe like an hour or 2 hours that it took you to get that shit done, like the initial banners and stuff. It wasn't that
Yep.
long, right?
Yeah, it was pretty quick, because I had some ideas in mind, and that's another thing too. If you want to get like an idea of where you want to go, look at other people's work. You could even get templates if you want to. If you don't know where to start, just start with a template to get an idea of kind of where you want things to go. And once you get a feel for what something looks good, or if it looks good, then start from there and start the whole project off of a template even. I'm not professional by any means. I'm still a novice. I don't know half of what some of the pros know as far as Photoshop goes. So, don't be ashamed of, using a template or following a guide along if you forgot something or whatever. It's fine, because if you do that, you'll get those skills to do it by yourself and quickly.
Right. Yeah, and very quickly, go ahead. Thank you a ton for that 5-month resub. Greatly appreciate that continued support to the channel, brother, as always. And Riley, I would have to disagree with you. As yeah, my family crest is pretty fucking awesome.
It is pretty cool. Most people don't even know what their family crest is nowadays anyway.
Yeah, as my goddamn Windows sound keeps going off. But so when it comes to Photoshop and stuff like that, and editing together, whether it be channel artwork or whatever, what would you say? Because like I said, it only took you like an hour, 2 hours to do my like banners and stuff like that. But what would you say is kind of the average amount of time that it takes you to, build all of that shit? And like, because you gave me, I think it was like 4 or 5 banners, all different measurements and shit. And, I told you what measurements I needed and everything. But what would you say is about the average amount of time it takes you to make that kind of stuff?
So if you're doing like a really high quality, like full quote unquote streamer package, it would probably take, 3 hours or so. Uh, it's not too bad, but yeah, 3 hours. And that's just to get all the art, because first of all, you have to collect stock, which is just stock imagery that's royalty free that you can use for free. You got to collect any existing images or branding that they may have. So, for example, your branding was your crest, among some other things, and you got to start somewhere. So you start with that. Then you figure out kind of the layout of where you want everything to go, the idea you want to go with. And then you just start banging out some test stuff. You just start throwing shit together in different places with
Right.
different designs. And then you just see if it looks good. You see if it flows well, if it works well. And then if not, you scrap it and try again. Um, and so for yours, I actually got it the first try. I'm like, God damn, this looks good. And so I just went with it. I went with it from there, put some extra effects on it, tightened up some of the stuff, added, like on your banner, I added I didn't add the spade, but on the helmet, there was a spade, but you couldn't see it at all. So I went in there, I edited a better one, or a better way to see it at least. I forgot exactly what I did, but I like brightened it and made it pop out a little bit um, on the helmet. So just stuff like that. You just put your finishing touches on it, and then for measurements, just Google what YouTube's banner measurements are for mobile, for everything.
Right.
And Twitch, and get all those measurements down.
Yeah, that stuff is very important.
Yep, because otherwise they won't work. They won't fit, or they won't upload, or they'll look like crap, or whatever. So you have to get them exact. And once you have them exact, and then also, of course, make some that are wallpaper sized, so they can use those as wallpapers if they want.
Right.
And then once you got a giant folder full of their stuff that you've exported out of Photoshop, just upload it all, the imager or whatever, label them all what their size is or what they are, and then there you go.
Yeah, like I know I have like my whole huge fucking folder at this point of shit that you have created me on Imager, just all the different graphics and thumbnails and shit like that you've worked on for me. And I guess very quickly I can show you guys kind of the closer up picture of it. So that you guys are looking at, that's my family crest. That's the edited version of it that Munson changed up. So, and yes, Ruler, we will be doing World War II mission here later on. And biggest, as far as finding your family crest, my father actually did some genealogy work and looked back into, our family history and stuff, and that's how he was able to find the crest and, get it and all of that. And that would be my recommendation, is going through, family tree and just tracing it back. Like my dad was able to trace it as far back as the Gaul tribes, which is basically kind of Germanic Viking style of tribes. Long time ago, but this here is our family crest with the 13 added for my tattoo, and then the spade and the currahi there for the 506, obviously. The banner there, the Prosapia Supremus Totus, that is, I guess, kind of our family motto, which really holds true even today, which is family above all in Latin, which is very I guess poignant to my family, as I do have a huge family. Any of you guys that don't know, I have 6 siblings, 5 brothers and a sister, and we are all very close, and we do put family above all. So it's kind of funny that that's our family motto, and we didn't even know that until probably I think it was like 10 years ago or so that my dad did all of that. But yeah, that's, I guess, a little bit of history lesson on my family crest and why I use it for everything, because it is quite important to me. So, moving on from all of the Photoshop stuff and Sony Vegas and this and that, the next thing I wanted to talk about is actually something we talked about a little bit on last week's podcast, which is up on YouTube now. So if you guys weren't able to catch that live and you're not one of my Patreons, you can check that out, preferably after this one is over. But some of you may or may not know, we're currently in the works of starting a GTA 5 RP server. Sphero, who you guys have seen in chat a little bit here and there, Spherosaurus, is doing the legwork on it, really. And by legwork, I mean all of the work. He's an absolute fucking monster. And again, this is not something that is going to happen overnight. Do not expect to see it, on the channel in the next week or something like that. But it is something that we're working on. We don't know for sure if it's going to happen or anything like that. So don't get your panties too much in a bunch. But we have been working on things in the background. Sphero's been working on getting all the technical side of stuff working. He said it's been slow going, but from my point of view, the guy's knocking it out of the fucking park already. So I'm very, very happy with how things are looking. I sat down and kind of figured out the structure of everything, which I'm going to kind of go over with you guys a little bit tonight. Again, this stuff isn't guaranteed to happen, but I want you guys to know, kind of know where the starting point is for us, basically, and how something like this gets off the ground. Because I know, there's obviously a lot of communities out there, not just, GTA communities, but there's stuff like our community, like the 506, and, different gaming communities like this that you never really have any idea how they get started, or, where the groundwork comes from for making this kind of stuff happen. For the GTA stuff, obviously we already have a large community, and a lot of that groundwork has already been laid by the time here in the 506. So luckily we have a lot of knowledge that we can already draw on, and a lot of different tools and techniques that we already know how to do. So the first thing for me, aside from, telling Sphero what we wanted from the technical side, what abilities we wanted, what vehicles, stuff like that. Yeah, damn you, Sphero. Really, it was all about coming up with the structure. What aspect of law enforcement were we going to use, vehicles, what the rank structure was going to be, COC, stuff like that. The same thing, really that you would do when coming up with like a new ArmA unit. So sat down, spent a lot of time thinking about, how many people we were going to have in the server. Having a server cap of 32 people is really hindering. Hopefully we'll be able to maybe figure out a way to work around that. I don't know. We'll see. But if we can't, then we're stuck, with only being able to get 32 people in the server. So we have to kind of work around that. And so we have to limit the amount of people that are going to be allowed to be PD, because you don't want, if you only have 32 people allowed on the server, you don't want fucking 20 of those to be PD and only have 12 civilians on there. It's not going to be fun. There's going to be nothing going on. And, as I talked about last week, that was one of my biggest problems with the DOJ community, is that there would be, 15 cops on and no civilians at all. So it's like, well, there's literally nothing to do.
Who are you policing at that
right,
point?
exactly. And they like want you to role play traffic stops and shit with AI, and it's like, dude, it just doesn't work. It defeats the purpose of being in a multiplayer server. If I'm just gonna role play with the AI, I can do that shit by myself, So the basic idea right now is we are going to run as sheriff's department only for right now, simply because if you don't know, sheriffs actually police the entirety of the county. Sheriffs don't only do like outside of city limits. Like, sheriffs are allowed inside of a city and all of that. They police the entirety of the county. Sheriff actually supersedes local police department. So we're going to go for sheriffs right off the bat instead of local PD, because obviously GTA has a huge map. There's stuff way out there in the boonies that you need to be able to go to. So we're looking at doing sheriffs right off the bat. And we're going to have really a command structure much like what we have here in ArmA. In the sense that, for sheriffs, the ranks here, and let me actually pull up my notepad here, my handy dandy notepad. So we're going to have, can you be a dirty cop? Well, you can be dirty. I know that. But yeah, so we're going to have sheriffs, and as far as the rank structure goes, we will have 3 guys at an HQ level, much like we do here. We have the sheriff, chief deputy sheriff, and the captain. And then below that, as far as ranks go, we have lieutenant, sergeant, corporal, and deputy. So how is that all going to play out? Well, basically, sheriff, chief deputy sheriff, and captain, they're the 3 guys at HQ. So that's basically like Drumhammer and myself here within the unit. That's kind of the roles that they're filling. Now, as far as the other guys, basically what we'll do is we're going to have 3 different subdivisions. So it'll all be under the sheriff umbrella, if you will. And you have 3 subdivisions within the sheriff's department. You have, we're going to have patrol, traffic, and the RRT, the rapid response team. So patrol is just kind of your basic sheriff. You know, they go out on patrol like any normal cop. And then traffic, they're going to be more oriented on traffic violations. They're the guys that set up, you know, doing radar on the highway, doing DUI checkpoints and shit like that. They're more traffic oriented. So those guys, I think, will be trying to put in the CHP cars, which is the California Highway Patrol, just so they look a little bit different. And you can tell traffic from patrol. Now, each one of those subdivisions, those 2 subdivisions, patrol and traffic, they are each going to consist basically of 2 squads, each squad having 10 deputies or corporals. The way it'll work is when you first come into the sheriff's department, you'll be at the rank of deputy. After a certain amount of time, you'll then get moved up to corporal, and then you'll sit at corporal, basically forever, because the only people above corporal are going to be sergeants, and the sergeants are a supervisor role, and there's 2 of those per subdivision. So you have 2 squads, 1 sergeant supervising each squad. Those 2 sergeants report into the lieutenant, who's in command of the entirety of the subdivision. That lieutenant reports to the 3 of us up at the HQ level. So between patrol and traffic, you have 20 deputies or corporals, and then 4 sergeants, 2 lieutenants, and those 2 lieutenants report up to the 3 of us. And then the last subdivision, the rapid response team, that's going to consist of purely sergeants, 10 sergeants with 1 lieutenant in command of them. Reason for that being, the RRT, you know, that's kind of your super special secret squirrel guys. So they're only going to be in a supervisory role. And the other reason for that being that if there is a situation where RRT is needed and there is only 1 guy from the RRT that's on the server, he's in a position where he can issue orders to the rest of the PD because he is a supervisor. So he can tell those guys what to do, where to go, and shit like that. So everybody within the RRT is going to be a supervisor. And like I said, they'll have 1 lieutenant that reports up to the HQ level. So pretty simple rank structure in COC. I know a lot of people are going to have trouble more specifically with the comms. And the reason I say that is we are all very used to our current calling stations. You know, my calling station in ArmA is Havoc 7. So when I talk to somebody on a radio device, I by default go to Havoc 7. Like that's what feels natural to me. Even in ArmA, sometimes when I fill in, you'll catch me sometimes saying this is Havoc 7, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not Havoc 7 right now. I'm fucking 1-4 Bravo or some shit, you know? So I know we're going to end up doing that in GTA. Instead of using our unit number or whatever, we're going to end up calling out our ArmA calling station. It's going to happen. I'm positive of it. But the basic way it's going to work for us is, you know, we have the 3 subdivisions, patrol, traffic, and rapid response team. So that's going to dictate their calling stations. If you're in the first squad within the patrol division, then you're 1 Papa, whatever your unit number is. And we're going to issue unit numbers, because I'm not going to have some happy half-tard running around that's like fucking 1 Papa 666. No, you're fucking retarded. So I'll be issuing fucking unit numbers. Although mine is going to be 13, because fuck all of you. So, patrol is going to be Papa. If it's first squad, it's 1 Papa. If it's second squad, it's 2 Papa. Traffic is going to be Tango. So first squad, 1 Tango. Second squad, 2 Tango. Rapid response team, R is Romeo. So they're 1 Romeo, whatever. There's only 1 squad, so it's just 1 Romeo, whatever their unit number is. For us at command level, it's command. So we're going to be 1 Charlie, whatever. So it's pretty simple when you lay it all out. But like I said, a lot of people don't really know kind of where all that stuff comes from, or who comes up with it, how you get to that point, so on. But like I said, we're very lucky in the fact that we have the 506 to kind of draw on, and all of our experience here. So we're able to pull a lot of information from that and make it work for this. In addition to the fact that tomorrow I'm going to be sitting down with the fucking man himself, Murph, which, Loster, I don't know if you ever met Murph. Munson, you met him, right?
Maybe?
Maybe?
I don't know.
No?
What was his name in the unit?
Murphy.
Murphy? No, I never met.
Oh,
Specialist Murphy.
yes, I've met him briefly.
Yeah. Murph is Murph is one of my favorite people in the entire fucking world. Dude is absolutely fucking awesome. But he has many years active experience with the Memphis Police Department. The guy is an absolute goddamn wealth of knowledge, and is putting in some fucking work down there in Tennessee, man. Like,
oh yeah,
those boys do not fuck around in Memphis. Like, we're talking like dealing with SWAT and shit like that. Murph is a total badass. He is going to be helping me out as far as PD and, like coming up with training material and just SOPs and stuff like that. So, much like it is here with the 506, I mean, that shit is going to be pretty much as realistic as it gets, because if there's anybody that knows their shit when it comes to PD, it's a dude that's been doing it for 20 years and helps train SWAT team members. I mean, he's on his fucking game for sure.
On that note, I actually I got an officer in my squad, PFC O'Brien. He's I forget where he's at, but he's been a cop for a few years.
Yeah, and we also have Barba, who you guys know is one of our pilots. He's actually law enforcement out in California. So we have quite a fucking wealth of knowledge to draw on, which is fucking sweet.
I actually had another question too, because you mentioned ranks and structure and everything. Is it going to be kind of translatable? Like, if you're a sergeant here, you can apply to be a sergeant there, that sort of a thing.
Yeah, somewhat. Like, because obviously, like, starting out, it's only going to be open to like unit members and friends, like very close friends. Guys like Shank, for example, who was in chat there. Like that kind of stuff. Friends of unit are going to be allowed to come in and join us as well, even at the kind of very start before we open it up to public whitelisting. But yeah, basically, guys here, like if you're in a leadership position, like you're going to have first cracks at doing shit there. Obviously, just because you're a fucking squad leader here doesn't mean you're going to be a supervisor there. It's just you're going to have a better chance than PB2 fuckface that's like, I want to be in charge of 10 people. Well, you can't even be in charge of yourself, so fuck off.
Cool.
I'm in charge of myself.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. But that breaks down the kind of structure of the PD and then we're also going to have EMS, which me and Loster had talked about a little bit last night. We're going to have, EMR is kind of your entry rank, and then you have EMT after that, and then we'll have a lieutenant basically in command of all of the EMS, and that lieutenant will still report to the PD HQ. So it'll be much like what we do here in the 506, like how we have Unit HQ, even though we're the HQ element for the infantry, all sections still report to us. DECO, the 74th, those guys all still report to us, even though they're not infantry. So it'll still work somewhat the same way. And as far as undercover, not really undercover. Maybe if the RRT wants to do some type of undercover sting or something, yeah, but the only guys that are going to be rolling around in like plain clothes, unmarked cars, stuff like that is going to be RRT or command. That's it. So again, those RRT spots are going to be very sought after, as you can expect, because they get to wear the full black uniform, black tack vest, black unmarked cars. They get all the cool shit, ARs and stuff like that. So everybody's going to want to be on the RRT. And Crest, thank you very much for that 5-month resub, brother. Appreciate that continued support to the channel. Glad you were able to make it for the podcast. And as far as civilians, the way we're going to do it is you are going to have to get whitelisted to get on the server. Basically, we're going to have to approve you to get on the server, even as a civilian. It's not going to just be open to the public. And that's pretty much it. If people are acting like a fucking idiot, then they're going to get permanently banned off Jump Street. I'm not fucking around.
Like zero, I'm with you. Like zero tolerance.
Yeah, exactly how it is here. Absolutely zero tolerance. You want to fucking yell and scream or do some stupid shit, play fucking music through your microphone, I'm banning you. Flat out. No questions, no appeals, no bullshit. Fuck off. Get off my server. When it comes to... Yeah, get off my plane. When it comes to PD and EMS, that's going to be full application process. You got to go through the whole 9 yards, and it will be 18 and up. I don't give a shit how much people want to bitch and moan. 16-year-olds aren't cops in real life. You aren't going to be a fucking cop on my server, because I'm not going to have someone trying to be in an authoritative role who hasn't even found their ball sack yet. Fuck off.
Their mom yelling at him in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Well, some adults have that, but still.
my wife.
Yeah, or your fucking cat meowing in the background.
Bit.
It's like, Monson,
never shuts his mouth.
Shut up your fucking cat.
He's a good little cat.
So, very, very excited for that. Like I said, guys, it's not going to happen overnight. Don't expect anything, showing up on my channel next week or any shit like that. Sphero is knocking the shit out at what I consider an insanely quick rate, but he thinks it's going slow. So, yeah. We're all pretty excited for that. I know Loster is hugely excited for it because he's already doing GTA stuff, but on I'm gonna say it's like GTA Lite compared to what we're gonna be doing, because we genuinely are basically taking the 506, putting a different uniform on in a different game, and saying, here we go.
I think that you and I are on the same page, Brewer. Like, basically, up until maybe like a month ago, you probably are you probably have been chasing this a little bit longer than I have, but up until a month ago, I really didn't know much, if anything, about GTA RP, and then I discovered Eli, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I want. I want that, like, all the fucking time. Like, I want people to take that shit seriously. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that we're in a video game and we're going to have fun. We have fun with ArmA too, but it's like there is a time and a place for everything. And I want, when it's time to be serious, when it's time to RP, when it's time to play the role that you're playing, that's it. It's time to be serious. And I just don't see that anywhere. And I mean, Eli doesn't even do it anymore, which is
Right.
unfortunate.
And actually, I'm gonna switch the video over here for you guys. As you can tell, that's when the server started dying on us, so now you can enjoy a little bit of my boring race from Friday, just so you have something to look at while you listen to our dulcet tones.
I could address what Crest is saying, like saying needing some civilian RP guidelines. I mean, if anybody's ever watched any of our like ArmA shit, we have we have unless the server's completely broken or something, we have a very like almost zero tolerance policy when it comes to immersion breaking. That same thing is going to apply to GTA, especially if you're a civilian. If there's an officer who's got a gun on you, obviously you're not going to be a fucking idiot and try to attack him or like try to run away. Like what I mean, like just how you would play this out in real life is how this is going to go.
Right.
When we do it in GTA. Also, just in case anybody is wondering, there are multiple character slots. I don't know exactly what Sphero has in mind, but the servers that I've played on, you can have up to 3 character slots. So if you get selected for PD or EMS or whatever, you're not restricted to being that. If you just want to fuck around and be a civilian, drive around, have a day job, even if you want to do some illegal shit, you have a separate character with a separate name for that reason.
It's a completely different person as far as we're concerned. And Sphero's saying unlimited, so there you guys go. The man himself is saying we can do unlimited, and no, Sphero, by all means, man, if we can do unlimited, we're gonna fucking rock it, So, as Loster was saying, if just because you're in PD doesn't mean you can't have another character who's, the fucking VP of an MC and you do drug runs or shit like that,
You are expected to abide by the rules that everybody has to abide by. That includes PD, that includes EMS, as in don't fail RP, don't break immersion, shit like that. Don't manipulate, don't use the game's like the third person system, shit like that to your advantage. But other than that, I mean, it's free reign. I mean, you can do what you would do.
It's one of those, like, if you get banned on a character, or if you get in trouble on a character that you're playing on for something like that, something out of game, like, you were acting like an ass or something like that, that's going to reflect on the entirety of your playing with us. It's not going to be, oh, well, you can't play on that character anymore because you got out of hand. Like, no, you've now proven you're a fucking window licker. No matter what character you're playing, you can fuck off.
It's going to be whitelisted. We're going to be able to track all that shit.
So, right.
The same way that other servers do it, we track the IDs for people's Steam IDs and shit like that. So, you fuck up, we're going to know. So, and on top of that, GTA doesn't go on sale very often. So if you want to keep dumping money into a bullshit account, you go right ahead.
Right.
Like if you want to keep buying the game over and over again to get on the server, you go right ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, I don't give a shit. I have no problems banning people, so yeah, it's fine with me. So yeah, again, very excited for that. I think it'll be very, very fun and really exciting for the channel in whole. The next thing I wanted to talk about is actually something that's coming next week, and that is Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 is dropping next Tuesday. I've already ordered it. I know Shank already ordered it. I was talking to him earlier today. We're probably going to be playing that together. Drum said he might be getting it simply for the co-op aspect. So I'll probably be playing some with Drum. If he does end up buying it, I'll probably end up having to twist his arm to get it. What about you guys? Are you guys getting it?
No.
I plan on it. I don't know on release, but yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't ordered it already, like if you're not, I guess, hyped enough to order it already, I would definitely say wait until, a couple of us have played it and kind of pick our brains on it and see what we think about it. But I personally, I am excited for it. Like I was telling Shank earlier today, I don't give a shit if the story sucks. it's kind of made up for simply by getting to play with friends. Like the story for Wildlands was fucking stupid. Like, it made absolutely no sense, but it didn't take away from the fun of being able to play with my friends. The bugs and the annoying fucking small group of tangos took away from the fun of playing with my friends, but the storyline of it didn't bother me at all. Like, there's guys shooting at me, I'm gonna shoot back at them with my buddies. So that was pretty much it. Very quickly though, Loster, I mean, that was a quick no. Why is that a no for you? Is it just you're not interested, or just financial?
I mean, financial is always the top of the list, but I can't see myself spending $60 on a game that I'm like vaguely interested in. Like I said, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think I haven't been interested in the Far Cry game since 3, and that was a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. It's just Ubisoft, and their just insistence on just releasing the same game over and over and over again, but just with a different paint job on it. I mean,
which is exactly what Far Cry 4 was.
Yeah, like, and it's that's what Watch Dogs 2 is. That's what Assassin's Creed is. All of those games are the same game. They're just big open world games where you climb to the top of a tower, hit a button, and now you can see more of the map.
Yeah.
And then you go over here and do this and do that. Like, it's just like I don't think that bigger isn't always better. Like, you don't have to keep making these giant worlds.
No, I definitely agree. Like, I think Assassin's Creed Origin is way too big.
Yeah, most of their games now are way too big. For some reason, they seem to just like hit gold with Siege, and for some reason, they just can't seem to replicate that again with any other games. Like, they're taking some of their games that have been out prior and making them better. Like, the Division has been improved quite a bit, but the player count's still way down.
Right.
It's like it's too late. The damage is done.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, they are basically the same game, and that's why, I've said a couple times, if Far Cry 5 didn't have full campaign co-op, I wouldn't even look at the game a second time. Like, I wouldn't give a shit at all. That's the sole reason I'm getting it.
Right. And the argument that people make is like, Wildlands is fun if you play with friends. Like, no, that doesn't mean it's a good game. It's supposed to be fun regardless. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, it's only fun if you play with friends. Like, that's not the attitude that you want to have when you're designing a game. Like, Borderlands 2 is a good example. That's fun. It's fun solo. I play that shit all the fucking time. It's more fun with friends, but it's still fun even when you're by yourself. Like, that's what it should be. It shouldn't be, this experience is only worth the while if you are playing with other people, unless it's designed like strictly multiplayer in mind, like Counter-Strike or Siege or something like that.
Or what's that new one that's coming out? Oh, fuck, DJ was talking about it. I want to play it so bad. It's a 2-player only co-op where you buy the game and they give you a free copy of it to give to your buddy. Shit, is it No Way Out? Or something like that? I can't remember the exact name of it. I think it was No Way Out. A Way Out, that's it. Thank you, Shank. I'm excited as fuck for that game because it is designed entirely around 2-player co-op. You have to have another person to play the game with, and that's awesome to me. Especially the fact that, they're like, yeah, we'll sell you the game and you get a free copy of it for your friend. So, no matter what, you get to play with your buddy. Like, that's pretty fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree, a game like Far Cry or like Wildlands shouldn't be dependent upon playing with your friends to be fun. But I still applaud them for putting co-op in it because co-op is so rare nowadays. And like I said, co-op,
really is.
Wildlands was fun, the game itself. It's just the bugs and the minor annoying shit is what really took me out of the game and didn't make it fun for me anymore. It wasn't necessarily the gameplay aspects as far as like how big the map was or anything like that really took me out of it. It was just the annoying stuff, especially like the bullet drop and shit like that. Like, that really took me out of the game. So that's what kind of killed it for me. But Far Cry 5, I'm definitely looking forward to. Shank had sent me a video earlier of a trailer that was absolutely fucking hilarious. And he sent me another one a little bit ago that I need to watch. And Shank, if you still have the links for those, by all means, bro, put those in the chat, please. Because that one I watched, I showed it to Munson as well. It's fucking hilarious, man. Like the music choice in it was so perfect for the trailer that they did, and it was so not what I was expecting, because most games like that, and Wildlands is a very good example. When those trailers come out, one of those trailers for Wildlands was the whole goddamn reason that I told Drum to contact Ubisoft and see if we could get early access to it, which of course they never fucking responded. But in those trailers, 90% of the time, they just have some random fucking idiot play the game, and then they'll do voiceover, and they did it with The Division as well. They'll do a voiceover of these idiots.
Notorious for that. Yeah.
They'll do this voiceover of these guys trying to sound all fucking tactical, and it sounds so fucking forced, and they say shit that you would never fucking say in that situation. And it's like, dude, like, this game is supposed to be like tailor-made for us, like small unit, get in, get out, like crazy shit going on. This is exactly what we do. And this makes you guys look like a fucking joke. Like, you cannot tell me that one of the biggest game developers in the world couldn't find 4 fucking ex-Marines to say, hey, play this game for 10 minutes and give us some voiceover work of what you would be saying in this situation. And please don't say fuck every 10 seconds like you actually would.
Try not to.
There you go. Like, it's that fucking simple, man. Like, I don't understand why you're going to have fucking Tommy from the fucking HR department come in and do a voiceover and be like, here, say these fucking 10 words. They sound really goddamn cool, man. It's going to sell us a ton of games. When in the end, you look like a fucking retard.
Yeah. Just listen to one. I can think back to, like, even, like, just listen to, like, one game of PUBG, like, with Drum, and like, it's there. Like, we do that every time. Like, contact left, 200 meters. 110. He's behind the tree. Like, just there's that constant communication of just being in touch with each other and just not sounding like you're reading off of a script. Like,
right.
That's not how people play the game. Like, if you want to, that's what you want to advertise. You need to. If you're trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're trying to connect with people, you need to talk to them the way that they talk to each other.
Right, exactly. And Sphero points out the Star Citizen, the Star Marine voiceover. Yeah, that was fucking bad. But yeah, I don't understand the thought process behind that, because they could easily get people that would be more than happy to do that shit, And it's, how could you not think or not have that thought cross your mind of, going to, even though I don't like them as a person, how could you not think to go to someone like Devil Dog, who has a huge channel, a huge following, and obviously knows what he's talking about? The guy was an infantry marine, was deployed, been in country, in combat, knows what the fuck he's saying and how it needs to sound and shit. On top of the fact that someone watches that trailer and recognizes that dude's voice and says, oh shit, someone like Devil Dog is playing this, I'm going to check it out. Like, it's a fucking win-win. Like, why would you not want to do that? Yeah, exactly. Give me 10K and a plane ticket, and I'll make that shit happen. Fuck. You wouldn't even need to give me a plane ticket, dude. Give me $500, and I'll record some shit for you here on goddamn OBS, and it'll sound better than anything they've done. I know I have high enough quality of a mic, so it's really not that, I guess, difficult of a problem to solve in my mind. It seems pretty simple to me. And even if, there was a sense of, well, we want a clearer recording or something like that. Okay, so with the added marketing of having someone, with a fairly big following in your trailer, on top of the fact that it sounds legit, which makes it more appealing to people, send them a fucking $200 recording microphone. Like, buy them a goddamn Behringer mic or a fucking Shure microphone and send it to them for a couple $100 and say, here you go. You have a brand new fucking studio quality recording microphone. Hook that shit up, record us something. Boom, you're good to go. Like, Isn't that cost effective? I mean, it seems like it would be.
It's like petty cash for them, like $200
Yeah.
for the all I have to do is that the end product of that has to result in what, like 3 copies of the game being sold, and that's it. So if they get 3 sales from that commercial, that microphone has paid for itself. Like that's all you have to do.
Yeah, exactly. And like Chris says, yeah, to be fair, yes, co-op is making a plan for 5 minutes and then spending the rest of the time blaming Loster when it goes wrong. Getting lost.
Lost.
Yeah.
Hey, I took down like almost half a platoon of Germans. I'm just saying.
And died in the process.
I got away.
You got away for a minute, and then still got killed.
See, I was gonna say something, but now I'm all fucked. You fucked me up, and I can't remember what I was gonna say now.
No.
I was gonna say something. Oh no.
Yep, you just had it at the tip of your tongue, didn't you?
Don't forget that you ruined the mission too.
Yes.
Don't forget what?
You ruined the mission.
Oh,
Kicked everything off. And made everything come after us. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it seems like a no-brainer to me. Why would you not reach out to, vets and stuff to do that shit? I mean, like I said, obviously, there is the issue of, many people, many of us in kind of this circle of the world, having a pretty colorful vocabulary. But there's no reason you couldn't consciously tone it down for something like that. Like I know if like a company like Ubisoft came to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna pay you $100 to record 5 minutes worth of vocals. Don't say fuck, shit, or retard, and don't tell someone to shut their cock holster." Done. Like, not a problem.
I think their primary issue is probably they have some sort of contract or something with some group of voice actors. That's probably something to do with it.
There's no way
or they're just stupid.
Professional. Those people, like Brewer said, those people, they grabbed like 4 dudes around a water cooler and fucking said, "Hey, here's a microphone. Here,
oh yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, I don't see why they didn't just do what we're talking about. But
yeah,
that's the only thing I can think of. But even then, it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, and it's also the fact, like, they have to have some type of advisor there just to get basic details, because they are using, like in Wildlands, for example, they're using real-world weapon systems, real-world military vehicles and stuff like that. So they have to go to someone for the knowledge on those. Granted, they didn't get the fucking ballistics anywhere near fucking correct, but still, they had to go to someone for the basic information. That dude is probably military or former military. Why in the fuck would you not, in the same stroke of saying, "Hey, can you provide us the, rate of fire on an M249 saw? Oh, by the way, can you also record us 5 minutes worth of voice acting of, what you would do going into clear a room? What would it sound like for you?" There you go.
But I said it before. Ubisoft is a much bigger company than Gearbox, and Gearbox can get Dale die. So I don't know what the problem is. Ubisoft is 1,000 times bigger than Gearbox, and Gearbox managed to get Dale die from Brothers in Arms.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't know if it's just they don't want to take the time or whatever, but in my eyes, it definitely does. And this whole conversation is about a fucking trailer, like a minute and a half of gameplay that we're talking about. But still, it's like, dude, you're putting hundreds of millions of dollars into this game. Why not, put a little bit more time and effort into this trailer to get people even more hyped, especially when you're going to be greedy pieces of shit and ask everybody to fucking pre-order for these special fucking gifts and shit. Like, come on. It's not that difficult. So, yeah, kind of went off on a fucking tangent there. But either way.
What did I say this morning before we started?
Yeah, I know, exactly.
What are we going to do? Those are my exact words. We're just going to go off on a tangent today, aren't we?
Yep, pretty much. So yeah, long, short, I am excited for Far Cry 5. Not just for the aspect of being able to, play co-op, but just for something to play, in all honesty. All I really do right now is ArmA and Assetto Corsa. also picked up Borderlands 2, which I did have a lot of fun with. Need to pick that back up and get a few more hours into that when I have time. But it's going to give me, I guess, something to do to fill the time while waiting on the GTA stuff, because obviously the GTA stuff is going to be a big thing for me, and again, hopefully for the channel. And hopefully guys will understand that it's not going to be like ArmA. It's not going to be like a quick hour and a half, 2 hours, full of action and shit like that. There's probably going to be times where I stream for 6-7 hours, and a vast majority of it is me just sitting in a patrol car in GTA bullshitting with you guys, drinking my coffee, smoking a cigarette, and for me, that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I think is going to be very fun, is I get to spend a lot of time interacting with you guys and bullshitting with you guys on top of, actually playing the game and, interacting with the guys in the game. But, hanging out with you guys and being able to bullshit is nice for me. Like I said, that's why I stream. And when I stream ArmA, I can't really do that because it is 2 hours of pretty much nonstop action where I have to be completely focused on what's going on in front of me, as to where GTA won't exactly be the same case. And I'm pretty sure in saying Loster, that's part of it that you really enjoy as well, right?
Oh yeah. It's by far, like, that's what I'm all about. I can't wait. Like I said before, it scratches. GTA seems to scratch an itch that ArmA can't scratch. Only because I don't remember if we talked about it on the podcast or just in channel, but the things that you can do in GTA, you can't really do in ArmA. All the shit that all the bullshit outside of the game shit that we do is just that. Like we considering how much time and work we put into this milsim thing that we do, we spend very little time actually in game compared to the out of game shit that we do. And you can do that in GTA. You can hang around in GTA, bullshit, talk, hang out around your car, talk about stuff. It's like that's what I like to do. I like to be immersed in that world.
Right. We did talk about that. I don't think it was on stream. But like us hanging out in TeamSpeak, just kind of bullshitting, like in the ArmA verse, if you will, that would just be, basically us hanging out in the barracks talking shit, as to where, like nobody wants to do that in ArmA. Like nobody wants to just sit at the base and talk in TeamSpeak because we can just sit here and talk in TeamSpeak. Why would you get in game for that? As to where, in GTA 5, there's still stuff going on around you. The world is still happening around you. And you have, the civilians and stuff like that are in game as well. So it's a completely different scenario to just sit in a squad car and bullshit with your partner in GTA than what it is to, hop in an empty ArmA server and just, not do anything. Yeah, well, I mean, you can restart TeamSpeak. I don't really give a shit about that, but, I mean, Loster's mic sounds fine. I can hear him clearly. If you can't hear him clearly, then turn up your fucking TeamSpeak. Like, you've had people for like 6 years telling you turn up everybody's voice in game, and you just tell them to turn up their volume, so turn up your fucking volume. And yes, use Hammer's Star Citizen code. Do it. Oh, wait, no. Sphero probably has a code, and I like Sphero more than Hammer now. So use Sphero's code. Sphero, put that shit in chat. Do it. Do it now. So, yeah. Again, still very excited for the GTA stuff, obviously. But I think we are going to wrap it up there for tonight. We're getting pretty close to that time. So any last minute words from you knuckleheads before we let everybody go here?
Is that better, Drum?
No, I can hear you even better.
Okay.
So much better.
I'm glad for 99.9% of the podcast. Yes, I live to serve to make Drum happy. That's what I just did.
Oh God, you have a shitty life.
Yes, I do. Yeah, any last words? I'm just really excited for GTA. I don't think I've made that clear enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, if anybody wants to see if anybody's unfamiliar or wants to check it out, I stream it almost every night. Check out my channel. I've been talking in chat. It's Active Fizzle. I'll probably be streaming some GTA tonight, and you can kind of get a feel for what it's about. And just imagine that what I'm going to do, times 1,000 for when we actually start doing it.
But with our structure and rigidity, and not a bunch of fucking window-looking idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you very quickly you had mentioned Sheriff Eli earlier. If you guys don't know who Sheriff Eli is, check out some YouTube videos of him in GTA. That guy is quite literally my brother from another mother. I love watching his shit. You guys think I rip into people? Nothing compared to what Eli does. Unfortunately, he doesn't do GTA 5 RP anymore because of some unfortunate shit with his previous community. I know for goddamn sure, I would welcome that dude with open fucking arms into our community. That for sure. He would be more than welcome to run with us, because we're not going to think that dude's an asshole because you guys put up with me on a fucking daily basis. So,
speaking of which, can we officially send that dude an invite? Can we get in contact with him?
I have no idea how we would get hold of him.
Try. I don't know how he probably gets so many emails and DMs and everything.
He's probably got fucking 50 people a day being like, "Hey, can you come play with us?" The same way that Drum does, "Hey, can I play on the server with you? How do I get into these missions?" Shut the fuck up. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against it, once we got it up and running and seeing that it was, something actually viable and we could make it work. Yeah, I wouldn't be against reaching out to him at all and saying, "Hey, if you still have the want to do this, you've got a fucking home here for sure, and let whatever you want fly, dude. We are not gonna bust your balls on that shit." But whatever. So yeah, that's kind of my last thoughts on that. I would love to work with that dude someday in the future, but I sure shit would not get my hopes up for that. But that's going to be it for tonight's podcast. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Talked about a lot of shit tonight. I definitely had a good time as per usual. And thank you once again, Loster and Munson, for joining me tonight. Even though, Loster, you were late, as always.
I was only 5 minutes late this time.
You're still late. So, yeah, that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you all for the support tonight. We had a couple of resubs tonight, pretty big resubs, as well as some follows. And we're getting closer to that 50 sub goal. Really would love to see that. And, yeah, remember, if you weren't able to catch all of this live, you can get access to it on YouTube via my Patreon. So go check that out. And there's a couple of different tiers there where you can actually get involved in the podcast. So if you want to be a part of the podcast at some point, check out that Patreon link down below, and you can see how you can get involved with it. But that's going to be it for tonight. I will see you all later.
Yeah,